Hello everyone, I'm Chad from the Chad Depot, and I'm your local realtor from Keller Williams Drive in Greenville, South Carolina. And I'm also a loan officer. So all these conversations will help you to make better decisions. So here's a quick snapshot of today's market in our territories. 30-year fixed, we have 15-year fixed, 5/1 ARMs, so you know what normal looks like before you go shopping and shop programs. So Anderson, South Carolina, 30-year fixed is at a 6.833%. 15-year is at a 5.845%. 5/1 ARMs is at 7.271%. Greenville 30-year percent would be 6.7595, and then a 15 at 7.92. So Greenwood generally tracks Anderson and Greenville, which is about 6.8 for a 30-year and a 5.8 for a 15, 7.3 for ARMs. And of course, Tennessee, I'm also a loan officer in Tennessee. Statewide is usually for a 30-year loan at 6.63. 15 is at 7.5, and ARMs are at 7.3 as well. Beyond the fixed rates and the ARM deals, here's what the specialty products look like, okay? We have VA loans, we have no down payments, no private mortgage insurance, PMI in other terms. That generally is a slightly below conventional. So FHA loans, 3.5% down, the rate about 2 to 4 points above comparable conventionals. So USDA rule development is 100% financing in eligible areas, no private mortgage insurance rates, or, it's just under conventional. So SC Housing is a statewide sponsored program, and low down payments, sometimes zero, closing costs, assistance for income qualified buyers. We also have HEROES programs, and I don't know if you guys know about HEROES programs, but extra rate discount of 0.25 off. It waivers from veterans, active military, teachers, nurses, EMTs, firefighters, law enforcement, doctors. HELOCs, today's topic is HELOCs, a little bit about that. It's a variable rates, prime plus 2 to 5%, meaning with the prime rate at 7.50 today, prime plus 2 to 5% would be 9.50, or prime rate of 0.5 would be 12.50. So it has a draw period of 10 to 20 years. Amortization really means paying off the loan gradually through a series of scheduled payments that include both interest and principal. So with each payment, you reduce the outstanding balance until it's fully paid off. That's what amortization is at the end of the term. So with all that said, a HELOC could be great for a debt consolidation or renovations. And DSCR loans, we talked about that last week, debt service coverage ratio. Again, the approval is based off the rental property's cash flow, the potential cash flow, instead of the person's income, which, by the way, it goes off the equity of the home you still live in right now. We do a credit pull, but that's not based off that's based on your equity again, but we do a credit pull because, the answer is simple. I had somebody come to me this past week asking about, why do we still pull the credit? Well, we're not verifying income. It's all about calibrating risk, pricing out the deal accurately and protecting both you and us as the lender. So rates currently in the high 6s to mid 7s. Every 10th of a point matters. Drop, a comment or DM me if you want a personalized quote or program eligibility to check into. I'll be glad to help you with that. Anybody, just send me a message. If you've been on the fence about buying a home, today's live is for you. I want to show you how real estate and the right loan products can help you be a powerful person with your money and generate passive income. You can use your equity. Remember last week I told you about the $250,000 home that you could purchase, and it gave you equity in 4 years of $48,000 versus throwing your money away, renting, and wasting $55,000. That's $48,000 to get back if you have your own home, buy your own home, versus spending $55,000 on wasted rent. It makes no sense to me. So listen, if you remember, we had rates in the high 2 percentile range back about 4 years ago. That was just a special deal. You know, people wonder, where are we going to get that again? Well, let's pray COVID never comes back, because that was the only reason why they pushed out those rates. They had to give the economy a heart monitor, you know, because we had to keep the rates going. So that's why they pushed it out to 2 to 3%. So home ownership is not out of your reach. You know, we also have flexible down payment options as low as 0 to 3% for qualifying buyers. So you don't need 20% saved to get started. If you want to give that much, hey, that's fine. But on top of that, we offer special programs designed for veterans, like low to moderate income families and folks who are right on the cusp of buying. SC Housing grants and no down payments options are there for first time and income eligible buyers in South Carolina. You know, and I'm sure Tennessee's got some programs too. You know, there's also USDA rural development loans, no longer just for farmers. You could do 100% financing with no private mortgage insurance down payments for eligible rural homes. We also have HERO programs like I talked about earlier. So there's many waivers out there to help people to get into homes. I just think it just takes a conversation with me. We also have things to help you with credit repair, okay? I don't know if I've ever talked about revolving lines of credit, but that's just simply credit that's ongoing. You pay down your credit cards. You can pay down your credit cards with HELOCs. You know, it's a way better rate than your credit card rates. I keep going in and out of service. Let me see here. Is everybody seeing me here? Okay. So you have about, with a HELOC, you have 7% rate. You have 10 to 20 years to pay it back. You'll want to pay more during that time to pay it off, because after that, you're going to be paying the full amount, because you're only paying interest within the 5 to 10 year mark. So after these marks, right, you'll want to pay more during that time, because you're going to be paying principal and interest afterwards, and those fees are skyrocketed. The idea is, if you can get a lower rate with a HELOC, which you can, versus your credit card fees, because, you know, $60,000 on a 19% credit card, yeah, I said it's like $12,000, roughly $950 a month. And I don't know anybody who can afford that. Well, $60,000 on a HELOC at 7% accrues, you know, $4,200 per year instead of the $11,200. That is roughly $420 a month versus your almost $1,000 payment. That shrinks your balance. So protect yourself against rate hikes and avoid payment shock before the draw period ends. Pay it off. Plus, your on-time HELOC payments at a low utilization boost your credit score substantially. You know, when you need help choosing the right program, a custom credit repair plan, or a rate quote, drop your questions to me in a DM. There's no pressure. And I'm here just to clarify for you what some great options would be. If you have general, I don't know, is this thing still going? I can't tell. Can someone wave at me? I see Johnny, Lisa, Donna Gambrell, Johnny, that's you again, Jermaine, Laura, hey honey. y'all are watching, can someone hit me like give me a hello real quick? I can't tell if this is still going or not. Well, I'm just gonna go and keep going. So I think the misconception is that real estate is just for buying a home. And that is just simply not true. You can use it to your advantage. If you have a home, you own a home, you can use that to pay off debts with a HELOC. Or a HELOC can also help you to renovate a bathroom, just like a renovation loan. 203K, that's what it's called, FHA 203K. You can use that for a renovation loan. We also have, refinancing rates. There's so many different products, It's not just for buying a house. So real estate and mortgages, not just for buying a house. It can help you to build passive wealth, pay down your credit cards, and then leverage your family to a better standing. So I wanted to point that out today. Again, HELOCs, you can shop your rates. I think that there might be some other places, like the county bank, that could possibly get you better rates, of course. And I want you to come to me, but I want you to also have the best rate. So that matters to me. If it works for your family, then it matters to me. And budget is everything. So do your shopping, be educated, and let one of your loan advisors like myself help you. We have a whole team of professionals, and we'll be glad to look into each and individual case just for you. So I think it's just a wise thing. We all have to have a place to live. We all have to, should want to. I don't know anybody that would really like to be on the street, and it's depressing when I see that. But I think that's my biggest fear. But anyway, I think whenever you think in terms of real estate and mortgages, everybody just thinks it's about buying a house. No, there's a lot of leverage there to help. It's like a 401k. Sometimes you can pull out of your 401k. Now there's fees along with that, because everything, has a fee, but you can leverage your home's equity to get you a renovation, to pay down your loans. It just depends on the product. And we have several products out there. Hey, James. Good to see you on here, buddy. Thank you. I thought I was dead in the water. I couldn't see anything moving. But, so anyway, has anybody got any questions? If you do, DM me. Send me a text, 864-828-1567. There's so much to it. There's a lot to it, but then again, when you've been in it for a little bit, you start to recognize the ongoings of the mortgage world and the real estate world. So that's a blessing. But I would much rather you be prepared for what you're shopping for. And these rates at even if it's up to 7.50 are not bad. Again, they pushed in, the rates whenever COVID came out, because everybody was standing still. Well, we need a market that has got like a pulse. And if it's not moving, then it's dead in the water. No loans would be able to be utilized through FHA, USDA, VA, any of that. If it wasn't constantly going, and these rates right now are a healthy economy, like I said. So now my job becomes about education and emotional spending. I do it too. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we got to get to the bottom of our feelings, and I live a different life now. We no longer drink. None of it. We don't. My husband and I, we no longer drink, and I don't miss it at all. That this November would be 2 years But we do these things on emotions, and then of course we start drinking, and we drink more because it feels good, takes away, it deadens everything. We got to get to the bottom of our emotions. We live in an economy where we all need to go to therapy. Quite frankly, I love therapy. Haven't been in a few weeks, but I think it's amazing because it puts you in touch with reality. And what does reality mean to you? It means different things. But for me, it's just being, I talked about this a while back, well, last week. I seek for truth. And if it's not true, why would I want it? Why would I want it? If I can help you with clarity, and everybody's home life is different, everybody's pocketbooks are different. Some people get their money from state programs. Of course, we've got ways of tracking that. We'd look into everything in order to get you into a home, because renting is waste of money. It kills me. Get your own mortgage, get your own home, and then your home builds equity. $250,000 in 4 years puts you for $48,000 in equity in the house. Versus renting, you throw away $55,000. You do the math. Like you win. It's a win-win. So let's get the credit together. And one way you can do that is every American gets free credit repair, a free credit pull every year. And you can find that, and I'm not even doing this for free, I'm just doing this for free advertisement because it's part of the United States, and us as Americans, we get to do this for free. We get to go to www.annualcreditreport.com. Pull your credit, know your scores and what it means. Revolving lines of credit. Okay? It's a revolving line of credit. And all these things report to the credit bureaus. When you know your scores and you keep track of them, I don't care if it's Credit Karma, maybe a little off. Your bank account, sometimes you can get online banking and you can just hit the button for your FICO score. It'll tell you everything right there. I think it's genius. Now, it too may be just a little bit off. Not bad. But one way I help people through credit repair is going through Experian Boost. And that's just simply, now if you have a smartphone, most of you do, you would download Experian, the app on your phone, Experian. Once you log in and you get a username and password, you go to the bottom, there's some tabs at the bottom, and I think it's 2 from the left. So I'm backwards, so I have to do it this way because that would be the left, right? You're watching me, I don't know. Anyway, it's 2 from the left and it says credit, and you pull it up and then you link your bank account. And trust me when I say the banks are owned by the government, so it's secure. A lot of people are so scared, and I get it. But luckily, this is owned by the bank. They have the highest of security. So when you link your bank, talking about revolving lines of credit that report to your credit rating, you also have like Hulu and Netflix, right? Your a gym membership or your insurance. So I did it, my personal self, and it boosted my score like 120 points in like a 2-month period. And it kept circulating for things to find. And it actually, because I'm on the same insurance as my husband, it found out that those things were coming out automatically. And the bank is luckily taking notice of this, and so Experian has agreed to allow those things that you're paying on time to boost your credit score, even though they're not revolving lines of credit. Because Netflix is not a revolving line of credit, nor is your car insurance, nor is your Hulu or your gym membership. But because they're coming out of your bank on time every month, they agreed to let that boost your score. Mine was boosted 120 points. So if you're right on the cusp of just getting in, then do it. And a lot of people think that things fall off your credit. Well, that may be what you think, but if you have a charge off, if you have a something reporting to a collections agency, those have to be taken care of. Yeah. And debt consolidations, they can help you, but they can also cost you. The one thing that they're doing is they're stopping these credit bureau or the credit companies from going and taking you to court to seize any asset you have. That's what they're for. But now, you can also go into these credit companies and you can ask them for the settlement department. When you ask them for the settlement department, and let's imagine you have a $5,000 bill that the credit company they sent it to collections. Okay, the collection agency is hitting on your doorstep going, hey, we want our $5,000. Knock, 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 we want our $5,000. But you just don't have that full amount. What if you have $2,500? What if you have $2,500? You could ask, call them up, say, hey, this is Sarah. I have a $5,000 bill there that you guys have sent to collections, and I need to speak with your settlement department. Okay, I'll hold. Oh, hey, settlement department. Yes, I would. I have a $5,000 bill there, and there's things that happen in life, and unfortunately, but look, I've got $2,500 right now in my pocket. Would you be willing to settle? That's 50%. Always start with 50%. That's what I say. Because you can't go up in number, you can only go down. So start with the highest. In my opinion, it's 50%. That's a pretty good thing, right? So when you ask for the settlement department, ask for 50%, they're probably going to negotiate with you and say, no, 70, 75. You can still negotiate 70% then, right? Okay, what about 70%? Well, remember, you only have $2,500, so you may have to wait a week to get a paycheck in order to pay it. But you can settle it yourself by calling these credit bureaus. And I urge you right now, I know it's work, and it's blood, sweat, and tears, it's money in your pocket, but I'm telling you now, you can do it yourself. And if you get it done with, it's done with. Then you can move on with life. I used to be one of these people where I truly believed that I was untouchable. Dumb. It's like anything else. Go to the doctor. Save your money. It makes... Now that I'm older and I know that I am not untouchable, nor are you. These things just don't fall off. You have to take care of them. Just the cold hard facts. Tough love, nothing but love. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here today, talk a little bit about, I know I was kind of talking fast, the rates and how I can help you achieve home ownership. It is really a game changer, folks. It really is. Okay, I'm out. My number is 864-828-1567. I look forward to speaking with you next week. I haven't really picked out a topic yet. How about this? Why don't you tell me what topic you would like to talk about next week, and I will talk about it. But you got to come back at 12. You got to. All right? Okay, I'm out. You guys have an amazing, blessed day, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.